What's up, everybody? Welcome to Skate Date.
Good morning, assuming it's the morning.
I think it's probably about noon if I'm on top of my game. How's it going? This is your favorite podcast with your favorite podcasters.
The podcast that you hate to love and
love to hate. I've never really related with being a podcaster, so instead I'll just say that I am Rebel.
And I'm just a girl in a world in love with a girl that makes her do a podcast.
AKA Shove.
Hi, my name's Shove.
And together we are Shovel.
Can you dig it?
I can, but also, you know who else can? Whoever made that theme song that's definitely not for us, but we definitely stole it and used it for a reel this last week.
I don't think it's a theme song. I think it's like it was a song like on a children's show or
Shovel,
something.
shovel, shovel. Shovel, shovel, shovel. Something like that.
It was about little kids that are shoveling through snow. And I found it and put it on a reel because I am a master at finding the perfect song for reels.
She really is such a master at finding the good songs for the reels.
Someone commented, well, I had a couple people even commented.
Shovel, shovel.
And they said, they're like, I love your content because I can always guarantee the songs. Like, they're always like, yeah, the music. And I'm like, that means a lot. Because when I was little, I wanted to be a DJ.
That is so cute. I wanted to be a talk show host. Does that surprise anyone?
No. Hence why you're like, podcast, yay. As close as I'll get.
I also, it really is. It's like I'm really accomplishing a dream here, which is why I'm so dedicated to it.
Well, I wanted to be like a DJ like how they used to be. Like now I feel like DJs, mainstream DJs anyways, it's like they all have to play the same 5 songs, like the hits, you know? And I feel like it used to be all about like, all right, like I have this amazing mood I'm going to play. These are the songs I want. And then I'm going to take these requests. And it was like you went on a vibe. And that's what I would want to do.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you do that when you create Spotify playlists. Like if you haven't listened to Shove's Spotify playlist, you should do that. Because, yeah, she's amazing at curating.
Yeah, the February one. I should share it on Instagram so that people can listen to it. I need to listen to it. I only listened to it like in the beginning.
It's so cute. I love the February one. Okay, so this last week, sorry that we skipped a week, but we went to
Arizona.
Yeah, we went to Arizona on a totally random trip, which was like random but not random also because we went there to go to the Tucson Gem Show.
Mm-hmm.
It was so fun.
And then we went to the Moxie Fun Day Sunday.
Yeah, it was a wildly packed weekend. And we had absolutely zero time to record a podcast. So that is why we were not here last week. But if you haven't yet, check out the podcast that we filmed 2 weeks ago that was about our broken brains, like medication, and also about street skating.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, let's take a look at our comments of the week. Why don't we start with mine? My comment choice of the week was by Ariana Hawkins. And they said, I love you guys. Keep it up. I don't know if you ever listened back to your first podcast, but you two have definitely sounded happier since talking about mental health. Your mental health. It seems to be working, all the things you are doing, and it's so enjoyable to hear. Anyway, if you ever come to Dallas.
Dallas, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah, so I really like that comment, and the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I just felt like, oh, it's cool. I think one of the cool things about having a podcast that I definitely didn't even expect was people being able to see our progress like firsthand. Like I definitely wasn't expecting to go on an extensive mental health journey over the past couple years, and that's just something that's happened. And it's cool for someone to have been able to like listen to an earlier episode and hear us talk, and then listen to like recent episodes and hear us talk and compare those two. And that made me feel encouraged, like, okay, cool. Yeah, like it's not just all in my head, which lots of things are.
Yeah, we don't watch ourselves.
We don't watch ourselves.
Or listen to ourselves.
I listen and watch probably like a lot that first week, right? So like I listened to edit it, and then I listen to it to make sure that I didn't put the unedited version up.
Yeah, but you don't like go way back.
But I never go back farther than the most recent week. So it's really fascinating to hear someone talk about like our old episode. So I thought that was really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Do you feel like it would be so weird to listen to our old episodes?
Yeah. Watch party. Not kidding.
I definitely would not want to watch them. Yeah. Anyways. And then the comment that you had, did you want me to read it? Because it's really small on my phone.
Sure, read it.
Okay, so this is the comment that Shove chose to talk about, and it's by Kami Brown. It's either Cami or Kami, but I think it's Kami. And they said, oh, yes, my husband and I have an agreement that we both cannot stress or be depressed at the same time. It's worked for 15 years so far.
I have questions.
We have questions and we want to know.
So many questions. No, it's really just one. How the hell can you agree on that? Like, I would totally agree on that.
I would love to agree on that. I think that's such a great agreement.
Your secret, yours and your partner's secret, because I could promise that and say, hey, only one of us can be tripping at a time. But like, you can't control that. Sometimes you just both are a little like, life at the same time. And imagine if I was just like, hey, I was depressed first. I'm stressed first. You need to chill. And then when I'm better, tag it's your it and you can feel what you want to feel.
Yeah. I will say, though, that I do understand on some level, because there are definitely times where you've been having like a super hard time and I'm also having a hard time, but I just kind of like keep it to myself for a little bit and I wait for the moment when you're having like a little better of a time. And then I'm like, by the way, I've been having a very hard time.
But I don't want you to do that, because maybe we could wrap ourselves up into a blanket, into an emotional burrito together.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about it that way. I just thought like, I don't want to be a burden when you're like already struggling so hard.
No, but I think when you're happy, it makes me even worse. Like now I'm like, oh, I'm even a bigger burden. And then if you were like, too, I'd be like, okay, cool. She thinks life sucks too.
Yeah, that's so funny. I literally never thought of it. I always just thought like I need to be like chaotic neutral.
No, misery loves company,
as
baby.
much as possible. Yeah, but I don't want us to end up in like some crazy deep hole, because we definitely could if we were both like encouraging each other to be.
I don't think it's encouraging each other to be that way. It's more like
allowing.
Yeah, like, hey, let's take a depression nap together.
Yeah, I see that actually. Yeah, I guess that's an interesting way to think about it. I guess this comment is really good, because I definitely have seen it that way, like as, oh, I need to make sure that like I'm kind of like, oh, like that I guess I'm always concerned that I'm going to need something when you're like, I have nothing to give. And then if I say like, I need something and then you have nothing to give, then it would make you feel worse. Is I guess my way of
no, that's happened before, and the reason you're saying that is because you subconsciously remember. I literally told her one time, I said, I am so sorry. I literally have nothing to give you right now. Like, I understand you, but I do not have the wherewithal. And I've said that to you once was emotionally, and once was when we both had COVID. And you were like,
oh, yeah.
So once mentally, emotionally, and once physically, I was just like, I literally cannot help you right now. And I felt like shit both times, but I had to acknowledge it, like, as much as I want to, I literally cannot. And then, like, both times you were just like, I know. It's just like, but it was great that you told me. I just didn't want you to think that I was like, oh, whatever, that sucks. Mine's more important. It was just like, oh my God, I wish I could help you, but I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think it's good to talk about it, but it is like hard. I think it's hard on both sides, because it's hard being vulnerable. I don't know why it's really hard for me. No, it's not even just you, like just in general. I have a really hard time being vulnerable with what I need, like emotionally specifically, or like just being open with that. Like I feel like for some reason it's easier for me when something is offered to me to just take it, as opposed to saying like, hey, but like I really need, XYZ, whatever it is. So yeah, it's hard for me to be vulnerable about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So thank you for that comment. And I hope like it made us like talk about things, and that's awesome. And I think it's really the lit level too, because if you're just a little stressed out, then yeah, it's like, yo, like my stress, I'm doing this, and we'll worry about your stress later.
Yeah.
And that's probably what you're talking about. Like, I don't know your life, but I appreciate it, and I'm so glad that you commented that, because it opened my eyes to something, and I hope we opened your eyes to something.
Yeah, super, super
I'm
interesting.
jealous. No,
yeah, right. Totally. So today we're going to talk about Valentine's Day, and we're also going to talk about skitching.
Yay.
So it's a fun combo of things today. And also like things that are happening in our lives right now. Tomorrow, aka 2 days ago, is my first day back of in-school teaching, like in-person in-school teaching.
Ooh.
And in like 2 years, and I have the most like first day of school jitters right now, even though I've already met the students, like they're all dope, but like I am so scared for some reason. I feel like I don't know how to teach anymore, even though I clearly do, because I've been teaching this whole time. But like, I feel like I don't know how to in-person teach. So I guess
they're all going to laugh at you.
I don't know that's not even what I'm nervous about. I think I'm just nervous about getting in the classroom and just being like super awkward and just being like, I have nothing to talk to you about.
Oh, babe, you've always been awkward. It's okay.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It's just like weird. I feel weird, but it's okay. It's fine. But, like, I feel super weird. So I guess I'll update you on that next week, because I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
Anyways, so should we jump right into the real world?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to open a candy during that break segment, and it was just like being
It's okay. They heard it last time.
Loud
It's like
rapper in this
ASMR.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to bite on something. So, welcome to the real world. The real world is where we're going to talk about Valentine's Day. We've got two opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to Valentine's Day. Shove thinks Valentine's Day is
a joke.
And Rebel thinks Valentine's Day is the best day of the year. So,
I don't understand the point.
Okay, the point is to celebrate love. And love is amazing.
Rebel loves love.
I love love. I think love is so spectacular and incredible and so fun, and it's like romantic and cute. And call me crazy, but I even like anti-Valentine's Day celebrations, because technically it rooted out of Valentine's Day. Like, I think anti-Valentine's Day celebrations, like people who are like, fuck love, I hate it, I'm gonna like, pop heart-shaped balloons and like throw, darts at
that also
pictures
sounds
of people's
lame.
faces. Like, that sounds super fun to me too.
That does not sound fun.
I think that sounds so fun. Like in what's that one movie? Oh, Valentine's Day. That movie Valentine's Day where who is it? Jennifer Garner has like an anti-Valentine's Day party at that restaurant. I love that. So fun. So I love that. I think that like Galentine's is so fun. I love hearts as a motif in general. I love pink and red. I love romance. I love sentimental things. I love love notes. I love date nights. I love stupid flash mob proposals. I love it all. The other day, I saw a plane fly overhead and it said, "Jill, will you marry me?" And I was like, if that was me, I would say no, but also still a very cute uptick in my day. So that's how I feel about Valentine's Day. And I get it that like probably the roots of Valentine's Day sucks, but you know what? The roots of literally almost every single holiday sucks. So you can't make the argument that Valentine's Day sucks because whatever the the root of the holiday sucks, because that's true about so many freaking holidays. So, yeah.
It's also Lupercalia.
I don't know what that means, but I'm sure
It's
I
a
should
pagan
know what it means.
Satanist holiday that's like Valentine's Day.
I'm in. Sounds good.
It's like the slutty version of Valentine's Day.
Which I would argue makes Valentine's Day better than I even thought it was going into this podcast. So I don't know how you're trying to convince me that it's not good, because that just totally made it, like, it enhanced my argument for it.
For me, like, I don't know, maybe it's because I have such a disdain for love at the same time. Like, I have experienced too much of the dark side of love, and I know how far and treacherous it can lead you down a path, that it has become a bitter thing for me. But then I rewind, and I hated Valentine's Day even in high school, like most of my life. I don't know what happened. I'm like anti-Valentine's Day, and not to the point where I'm going to have an anti-Valentine's Day party. I'm just like, this holiday is like a waste of time. Like, this holiday is like Cinco de Mayo. Don't celebrate that either. I don't even get tacos.
Because isn't Cinco de Mayo like an Americanized version of like a Mexican holiday that's not even at that same period of time?
Yeah, it's fake, just like Valentine's Day.
But like, if you think about it though, isn't everything fake? Like, isn't Christmas fake? Isn't Thanksgiving fake? Like, aren't all of these days fake?
Well, Thanksgiving is like real, but effed up when you think about where it comes from. Halloween is stemmed off of a pagan holiday. Valentine's Day, it's like, I don't know, like, I get it. Like, it's based in love, and it's like everything gets hiked up, and you eat chocolates, and I don't know.
You know what? I think you're jaded because you love chocolate. That's the problem. You love chocolate.
Every day.
Yeah, you love chocolate. You love being treated super well.
Which you do all the time. Why do I need a Valentine's Day for it?
Because Valentine's Day is for people like me who don't get all the cute, sentimental shit from their partners all the time.
Uh-huh.
Because even though you do it randomly, because you hate love so much, you don't do it as much as I would like. And so there has to be a holiday for people like me. And I'm going to argue for all the heteros out there. For all the hetero women, no offense to guys. And there are many guys that I'm sure actually do like romantic shit for their partners. But for the most part, what I've heard, rumor has it, I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like, it seems like guys don't naturally do romantic shit for their partners. So I feel like Valentine's Day is there for the people who like are romantics and sentimental at heart, but like their partners aren't. So they need a day to look forward to be like, I'm going to get fucking flowers today. They're going to write me a cute ass note, and they might not like it, but I'm going to save that fucking note because I love that shit. That's what I think it's about.
So the compromise we have is that we'll celebrate Valentine's Day, but not on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I even told Shove, I literally told Shove that I will never utter a sentiment about Valentine's Day again if every month she picks out a day and just does something hella romantic for me. Like, I'll just be like, Valentine's Day, what's that? I don't need it.
Anyways, even though tomorrow is Valentine's Day, Rebel's taking me out on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Hopefully the day that this airs. And then I'm taking her out the following Tuesday.
I'm so excited, and it's going to be so fun. It's totally a surprise. I don't know what we're doing, but I have to get my life together to get a cute outfit so that I can be super cute. I literally love dates, and I love doing fun, cute, romantic shit with Chev. And she's lying to you when she says she doesn't like it. And I'm also lying to you when I say she doesn't do romantic stuff, because she does do it for me. It's just not like over the top, like Valentine's Day-esque, you know what I mean? Like, she does cute shit all the time. Like, she tells me I'm pretty, and she like gets me things that I really want, and like food and like stuff like that. And she does it all the time for me. So it's not like she doesn't do that shit. It's just that like, I really want her to be super sappy sometimes, you know? And you can't really demand that from someone who's not a sap. But on Valentine's Day, you can. So basically, that's what I'm saying. It's like drip that sweetness off you like maple syrup, baby.
It's just not in my personality.
It isn't. It isn't in your personality at all.
Gooey feelings.
It really
I love you.
I know it really isn't.
I can't live without
I
you.
know, but like
sap, like
can't
simps.
you?
I ain't no simp. She's a
But
simp,
like you are. But like
but I'm not.
it's like you are, but you won't say it.
I don't know. I don't know if anyone's gonna believe that. But babe, I love you, and I love that you're my simp.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a simp for Shove than she is for me. But I would argue that even though she's not a simp, I don't think she can live without me either.
Oh, I definitely can't live without you.
Yes. See, that's all that matters. Yeah, so that is Valentine's Day. I don't know if we really need to say anything else. Oh, we're going to this super fun show. It's the Tarantina show. It's like a burlesque.
We're not going to talk about it. We'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it, but it's going to be really fun, and I'm excited.
You can already guess what it's going to be by the name.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to jump to the next section?
Sure. But before that, I just want to tell you that
Fuck Valentine's Day. Is that what you're going to say?
So beautiful, and I love you very much. And
Thank
happy
you.
Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Okay, next. Welcome to the wheel world. Why did you laugh like that?
Why did you say it like
because
that?
I was trying to be like one of those like really like guys who have the deep voices.
I am so confused, and this is why I'm not a simp over you.
What the hell?
Babe, I love you.
That is so the opposite of true.
You're
Those
so
things
kooky.
are the exact reason why you do love me. So you
Because
can't even lie about that.
You're so freaking weird.
I know. That's why you love me. You can't say that's
Oh
the
my
reason why you're
God.
not a simp for me.
It's like people listen to us. Half the audience is like, I love Rebel. She's so funny. And half the audience is like, Jesus Christ, Rebel, calm down. I stick around for Shove, though. She balances it out.
It might be more of like a 70-30, like 70 Shove, 30 Rebel, but that's okay because those 30 are hardcore and I love you.
Oh, no, I'm boring. They're definitely here for the car crash.
Speaking of car crashes, but not crashing, just cars or other vehicles.
What is skitching?
Skitching is when you, as a person on wheels, whether that be roller skating or skateboarding or anything else, I guess, that you have wheels on your feet for, and you're holding on to something that is someone else moving faster than you're moving. So you can sketch off of a bike, like you can hold onto the back of a bike. You could sketch off a motorcycle. You could sketch off an electric bike.
Like,
you
you
could
know,
sketch off a car.
It's a plan where it's hitching, is like you hitch that trailer, but you're skating, so skitching.
Oh my, I actually never knew that that's where that
Are
word
you
came from.
serious?
Wait,
I was like, she's
is that really where that word came from? That's so
Yes.
funny. I did not know that. That
No
makes so
wonder.
much sense.
She w-
Skating and hitching, that makes so much sense.
She was typing something. She's like, "It's how do you spell it? It's correcting it." And I was like, "Because it's not a real word."
I get it now. Wow. We all
It's a
learned something here
play
on this
on
episode
words.
of Skate Date. Yeah, so sketching's pretty cool. How many times have you sketched?
I don't know. Maybe like 5.
I probably did it like 3-ish times, maybe 4.
I almost died sketching the first time.
Yeah. That's when you got staff and like all of that kind of stuff. And that was terrifying.
Yeah, it was on a little like Vespa type of bike.
Because of the potholes. Very scary.
That's when I learned one at nighttime, but specifically at nighttime on a road you've never skated on before. Do not
Please
sketch.
do not sketch. Okay, we gotta say, sketching is very dangerous and probably illegal. I don't know.
Oh, it's definitely illegal.
Okay, definitely illegal.
You're not even
yeah.
supposed to skate in the street, so
Oh
yes,
yeah,
it's
definitely.
illegal.
Yeah, so it's not legal. So we're not telling you to do it, and it's not safe.
Definitely do it.
But it's very fun. You go very fast, and you can go up hills with much more ease than having to skate up the hill yourself, which is very nice. And it's you just like get the feeling of wind on your face, and it feels really nice.
Oh my God. When I was in Miami, I got to sketch off of the back of a party bus, and there was like a mariachi band playing. Wait, no, they weren't mariachi, but it was like a band, and they were playing. It was probably Cuban music, actually. And they were just playing, and they had like the trumpets and everything going. And we're like, yeah, but then it was going kind of slow. So we were like, yeah, but this is still kind of slow. But it was epic because of the music, and it was so fun, and everyone was like watching like crazy, like, oh my God, what's happening? And it was super fun. But yeah, sketching is fun. I definitely am one of those people that will only sketch if like I ask first. Because I feel like if I do just grab onto a moving vehicle, that they're gonna see me and be like, fuck you, and go fast or something. So that's my fear. So there's two types. There's some people that will just grab something and sketch off the bat, and then there's people that will like ask first.
Yeah, that's a wild thing. I've never sketched without asking. Although actually, no, I sketched off a trolley at the WAIF event, but they were really slow, so it was a not really exciting sketching.
That was horrible. I ended up letting go and just skating.
Yeah. But yeah, so they do have to go a little faster for it to be enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
But we sketched for a video that we made this past week with Moxie.
I didn't sketch, but Rebel did.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I sketched off her dad's Harley. It was pretty
fancy.
amazing. I also got to ride his Harley for the first time, and it was so cool. I had such a good time. I felt so badass. Yeah, it was awesome. And yeah, I just really loved sketching.
Super weird. Like, I didn't sketch when the classic car, when the Bel Air, there was this awesome car came, and he was like cool with everyone skating with him. But for me, sketching downhill felt weird, which is why I totally understand why like Michelle Estro and Spicy Ivy like laid down. Like Michelle did it first, where they kind of like laid down on the hood and had their feet on the ground sketching, and I was like, that would only work going back like downhill.
Yeah, I definitely didn't know. Like, I like grabbed onto it for a little while, and I was like, I already have so much speed, so I don't need you like pulling it. So I more like moved to the side and started dancing next to it, because I was like, what do I do in this situation?
Yeah, I felt like I couldn't get slow. I couldn't find the right speed of the car. I was like trying to carve slow behind, and I was like, this is taking too long. And then I was like, whoa, now I'm going too fast. And then I was like trying to stay next to it, and I was like, I just want to go fast, like Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights. Shake and bake, baby.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So sketching is super fun, super dangerous. Definitely do it if you get a chance, but like don't do it, but like do it. You know what I mean?
When you sketch, do you like to be in the back of the car or on the side?
So for cars, I like to be on the side, because I like to be able to grab. I feel like on the back of the car, a lot of times there isn't actually something to grab onto. Like, it's more like a weird grasping kind of a thing. Yeah, and like I really like to have a good grip.
Yeah, it's like either the bumper or the trunk handle.
The trunk handle. Yeah. And if the trunk handle is one of those that isn't going to open, I'm totally cool with that. And I actually like the back a lot, because the side, I'm always like low-key concerned that my feet are going to go under the wheels.
Oh, hell no. See, I want to be able to see what's coming. So, like, I don't like the back. I've always felt safest grabbing that little divider of like the back seat window and the front seat window, like holding on to that, because then I can see what's coming. I know if I need to let go, if I need to jump last minute. And when you're in the back, you can't really see that. Yeah.
And I do, when I was talking about something to grab onto, I love that section, because I think that that's the best, most sturdy place to hold on to. And then what I really liked, and I didn't know that I liked this, because I had never sketched with multiple people until this last weekend. But I was in the back of like a line of people, and I really, really liked holding on with one hand and then like swinging back and forth like I was a big tail on the end of it, and like putting my legs out. And then I even like side surf for a little bit. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Cause I saw Michelle doing it, cause Michelle was sketching on the other off the electric motorcycle. And they were doing all these cool tricks. And I was like, wait a second. I bet I can do that. So I was like, hey, how you do that? And she was like, oh, you do this, this, and this. And I just felt like, oh my gosh. So I like leaned down a lot and then had my side wheels just out, and it was just like going off of the side wheels and like all your weight was on one. And it's honestly not as scary as you think it's going to be, like doing tricks and stuff off of that.
Also, if you're starting doing this, like definitely gear up, because there are so many things that can go wrong.
So many things. so many things.
Especially like you're going faster than you would in your skates naturally, unless you're going downhill. I would say if you're not good with flying down a hill at a fast speed,
you should not
be skitching. You should also have someone you really trust the first time that's only going to go like 5 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Even if they are going kind of slow, be ready, because if they don't know to like slow down to stop and they just put on the brake, you're going to like hurt yourself or jerk, and you need to be able to like be prepared and let go and keep rolling.
Yeah, and also like when you're skitching, you're usually in the middle of traffic. So like beware of that, because that's also very dangerous. And like if you shoot out, like you could literally get hit by a car.
Yeah,
in an instant.
After the shoot, Kiana sketched off of Shane's motorbike and all the way back to Moxie HQ, and we drove there and they got there before us.
Yeah, it was really quick. But like, yeah, I think it's really, really fun. It's definitely dangerous. I would recommend for the first time, because I think that my first time was that one time you took me up Junipero Hill.
Okay.
And I felt like that was a really solid choice for a first time skitching.
To go uphill?
To go uphill. Yeah. And the reason why that is because if you had stopped or if you had gone too fast and I had to let go, like the combined forces of like the speed going forward, but also the hill would keep me in the same spot. Like it would manipulate the speed quite a bit, so it wouldn't be overwhelming. And I felt like that was like a solid choice for me. And also Junipero Hill is very smooth, and so it was like I knew I wasn't gonna run into a pothole or something like that, which is the danger that this one has experienced, is running into potholes.
Yeah, that sucked really hard. Let's see. We sketched in front of our house on Valentine's Day.
Man, that was on Valentine's Day. I remember driving and just being like, I'm so scared to drive and have you sketch off of this car right now.
Yeah, that was fun because we did it like, we're like, it's smooth street. Let's just do it. And that was fun.
Yeah, what inspired that? Why did we randomly decide to do that?
I don't know. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was right before the pandemic.
Oh yeah, it was good times. But yeah, Shove was like, I really want to sketch, and I was like, okay, just like get out. And
because I already had my skates on.
And you were like, driving. I just want to like sketch home, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, we turned the corner, and I was like, I just want to skate, and you're like, oh, sketch, and I was like, yeah. I think how fast did we go? Like 20?
Yeah, like 15, 20.
Yeah, 15.
We started pretty slow, but then we went faster. But yeah, so it's really fun. And that is my opinion on sketching. I really like it.
How do you feel about when you're the driver and you have people sketching off of your car?
I feel very scared usually. Because you
more scared when you're the driver than when you're the skater sketching?
Definitely. Because I feel like if something goes wrong and you're driving and someone's sketching, it's like people's lives are in your hands. But if you're sketching and someone else is driving, it's like, I know I can control my own body and what happens to me. And like I have safety plans, like I have exit plans for whatever's happening. And so I feel much safer being the person who's sketching than being the person who's driving.
The fact that you can tell yourself that as a skater should be like, oh, as a skater, I know that they'll be okay.
No, because I don't know that everyone who sketches off my car has this. I don't know their experience. I don't know their comfort level. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I think that there's skaters that I'm like, I trust you. I know that you're going to be okay. Yeah. But I don't feel that way about many skaters. Like, I don't have as extensive experience. Like, if you were to sketch off my car, or if like Michelle Estrogen was to sketch off my car, I'd be like, yeah, cool. I have extensive experience with you both. Or if Kiana was to sketch off my car, I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I know that even if worst case scenario, like some sort of accident happened in front, like if all hell broke loose, y'all would be fine because you would just like go off to the side, stop really quick, and like be fine. But like, I don't know a lot of skaters like that. So I think that I would just be nervous.
Yeah, I remember thinking like, oh, I wish I would have, there were some people I wanted to involve in that shoot, but I was just like, this is dangerous. Like, I had to only pull the people that I knew could handle it. Because like I was like, I'm not gonna be responsible for that, and it's like not the time to like teach someone when it's like motorbikes and motorcycles and then like hill bombing and then like classic cars. Like there were too many variables, and like even as a skater, like you don't want to just throw a new skater into that, or a skater that's even a veteran skater but doesn't do that style, like that risky kind of like stunt skating.
Yeah.
That's when it's just like you don't want to throw someone into that. So at first I was like, oh no, I feel bad. I should have included more like the other people that were local. But I was like, at the same time, like I just knew like it wouldn't have been right.
Yeah. And I think going back to like the actual act of sketching, I think that there's something that is more difficult about it than some parts that you maybe don't expect. And that is that the dismount, like finishing sketching, it kind of is all over the place, right? Like you never know how finishing sketching is going to end up.
Yep.
And a lot of times it ends up with like you being shot out in a certain direction. Yep. And you never know what that direction's going to be. Like it might be forward, it might be to the side, you know, like you might not be able to stop super quick. Like something that happened with us is because we were like, so it was Shov's dad on the Harley, and then it was Ivy, Kiana, and me. And so like Ivy was holding onto the bike, Kiana was holding onto Ivy, and then I was holding onto Kiana. And so when the bike stopped, and we were going at a pretty safe speed, but like I couldn't stop right away. Like I couldn't even turn around toe stop because like if the space it would have taken, even the small space it would have taken to turn around toe stop, I would have run into Kiana, who would have run into Ivy, who would have then run into the bike, which then would like put your dad in danger and like just in a weird situation. So I every time was getting shot out around the bike and every time we were stopping at like an intersection. So I was getting shot out into an intersection. So I had to know, like, I need to be able to stop like a foot in front of that stop sign. And if I can't, then I'm officially not safe. Yeah. Like, definitely not. So knowing that, like, okay, you got to have an exit strategy for the ending point of it is, I think, also something to consider when we're talking about sketching.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. For me, it's like fun because even if I'm driving, I'm like, yeah. And I definitely get this little devil on my shoulder that's like, drive faster.
Yeah, and I definitely get that devil that's like, please go faster.
Yeah,
please go
so
faster.
I go slowly, and I'm always like communicating, like, are you good? Like, I like to have all my windows down. I don't play the music loud, so I want to like be like, are you good? You want to go faster? Like I ask first, and then I go a little bit, and it's like a tiny bit at a time. And when I know I need to stop, it's like I slow down very casually, like early on. So it's not like that. So it's like very like precious cargo. But I definitely love when they're like, go faster. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, because if they stop super fast, not even like super fast, like not slamming on the brakes, just like a regular stop in a car, there's like a big chance that like here's the back windshield and here's you, and you just like run into it. Like a big chance, because if it's a fast stop, you have to somehow like get around the car and then stop, as opposed to just like, you know, like you're not going to T-stop. You know what I mean? Like,
but yeah, I don't know. I really love sketching because I love the adrenaline of it. It's so fun. Yeah, it's just like it's risky. It's like getting on a roller coaster. You're like, ooh, the fear of death. Except a roller coaster is more safe than sketching.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I really like it. I think it's a good thing to like know about and a fun thing to talk about. And I'm so stoked that we were able to do it this past week.
Did we talk about street skating last episode?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're just talking about like the risky types of skating apparently.
I think we're in a kind of a moment for that I think we're just kind of into that right now.
Yeah, like I'm a casual street skater and I still am dangerous. So, and part of being, and even like I don't, do you consider skitching aggressive skating, or is it just still like concrete surfing?
I think that's like beginner aggressive skating.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that people who consider themselves concrete surfers, I don't think would necessarily feel comfortable with skitching. Necessarily. I think it's like one of those fence teetering ones. Like you would have to be an advanced concrete surfer in order to skitch.
Yeah, because I guess I'm not even a concrete surfer. I'm an asphalt surfer.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that you're beginner street. Like I would term you as beginner street. When you say concrete surfer, I'm like,
Well, because like I don't, like, since I'm not doing like tricks and stuff, I just like, I can navigate the streets more, and I hate the sidewalks. You will not catch me on the sidewalk unless there's like a cop watching me or like the street's really jacked off. I feel safer in the street all the time.
But you also come up with random trick ideas. So I feel like you're just like one step away from doing those tricks, because I feel like your mindset is very street skater.
Oh yeah, I see things. I had Rebel do a cool thing today.
Yeah, it was fun. I like went down this little like side of the street workout thing, and then I jumped off.
Yeah, she jumped over some wood chips and landed on the path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
I have the eye for things that I know can be done. It's just I also have the fear. And I know, like, I feel like if I didn't have that much fear, I probably could attempt and land these things. But I have that voice that's like, bitch, no. So I tell other people that I know have not only have the ability, but have the, like, hold my beer mentality. I have them do it. Because it's like, I'm like, that's skateable. And I know that can go to that, blah, 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 blah. And then they do it. And I'm like, I knew it.
All I'm saying is that we're instigators, and don't invite us around unless you want to be instigated.
But you instigate with like some off the wall shit I'm like, that's not even possible.
No,
or
because
dangerous.
You want to know why? Because I'm around too many really good skaters. So I just come up with the most off the wall shit, and I'm like, dude, I know you can do this. Like you can for sure do this. Sometimes they can do it, and it's amazing. And other times they're like, I could do something similar to it. And then they do other cool shit. And I'm like, see? But yeah.
Oh my gosh. So yeah,
anyways.
Skitching. Do it if you're ready. But don't say that we made you do it.
Yeah, because we officially on the record are telling you not to sketch.
Wink.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Nudge.
Okay. All right, let's move on over to our trick of the week. Okay, so what is the trick of the week, babe?
It's a new sexual act that we talk about each week.
No.
This week is Cincinnati bow tie. What is it, you ask?
Ew. No, that's so gross.
It's a skate trick of the week. Something we saw that we're like, holy macaroni.
Holy macaroni, that's a trick. It might even be the trick of this whole week. So today's trick comes from, Shove found it, Josh_Batsmoke. Yeah. And there's a website on this called batsmokeint.com. I don't know. But it's really dope.
Into like entertainment. So Smoke Entertainment.
Oh, okay. So why don't you describe what's going on in this video?
All right. So this video is three amazing black men. Two are laying on the ground. One stands opposite of them and then like gets down low and like grabs their legs and then like leans back slowly, and they balance each other out as the other two guys like their chests lift up and they're just like teeter-tottering. It's insane. Like, I don't understand the core strength, the leg day workouts he must do.
I think it's a guy and a girl on the ground.
It is a girl, yeah.
Oh my God, It's so wild. But they like end up being kind of like a tabletop position.
Yeah, it's some kind of weird physics, but I know like Also, if you're being lifted up that way, you got to have that core, right, to hold straight.
Yeah, you have to hold straight or else you're
That's insane.
It's insane.
That's some like military training.
That is some shit you would see on TikTok for sure.
That's some shit that I would be like, drink a little too much and be like, let's try it. And I would definitely be the guy that's like lifting both people up. And then I would definitely smack my head on the concrete and be like, ha ha ha, ha. That was a fail.
Yeah, definitely. Shove sent this to me and Michelle this last week, and we were like,
I was like, this is some dumb shit I 100% would think I could do and fell miserably at.
I think that this reel deserves so many more views than it has. Like,
yeah,
this reel is out of control. How does this only have 4,000 views? Like, what?
I don't know, but since I opened my phone to see trick of the week, which we'll jump right back into, I saw Lizzo, and today is Super Bowl Sunday, and her Super Bowl outfit
oh my God.
is insane. So must go look whenever you're listening to this being like Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Lizzo.
Living. That's amazing.
I want that outfit.
So living. She has literal footballs on her boobs.
But anyways, yeah, I feel like when it comes to trick of the week, at first I was like, oh, what park stuff did I see? And then I was like, wait, dance stuff? There's so many things you can do on your skates. That's a cool trick. So like, I want to make sure it's not all just like park stuff.
Yeah, let me tell you that the close runner-up for the trick of the week came from Jason Skates, and it is this new spin he's been working on, and it is out of control. I feel like, babe, I need to show you. So I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it is this spin.
Oh, yeah.
What is that madness? It's like him spinning on his toes on one foot with the other foot behind.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Out of control. Anyway, so that's my runner-up trick of the week. Also, Jason, you're a trick, and I love you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's a trick of the week. I hope you enjoyed that segment. Okay, let's move on.
Time to talk about our obsession.
This is my favorite segment, not gonna lie. I love this segment.
I have been obsessed and now very sad because I finished it yesterday with Euphoria. Womp womp. I'm late. I know I'm late. We didn't have HBO, so we thought, and then we figured out that we have
access via one of our friends' logins.
Yeah. So I was like, oh no, there's like 500 different HBOs. I don't think it's that one. And then Rebel looked, she's like, we have it. Because I was like, I am hearing so much about Euphoria, and I think like I'm going to relate to it so much that I am going to pay for HBO. It's getting that extreme. And so like started watching it, and like, man, finished season 2.
I'm obsessed. This is also something that I wanted to be as my obsession, but then I was like, oh, Shuv's going to pick this, so it's okay. So I still get to talk about it. But oh my God, it is so real. It is so well done. Like that. I think this TV show is really well done. I think it portrays the reality of drugs and sex and real life issues really well.
I have some shit to say. Okay. One, I think I kept hearing people talking about that I follow, like how it's glamorizing drugs and everything. And I would ask those people if they've actually watched the show, because no, it's really honest about how fucked up drugs can make your life. I think the only time it glamorized was like when Jules was at that party in the city, and like, was just like, oh, everything was wonderful, and like had sex on it and whatever. Like Molly, but even what happened on Molly, like with 2 of the characters, like very was just like, oh, that's embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like it was never like a fully like good choices were made or anything. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like, yeah, like when it comes to drugs, the way I stand is like, there are drugs that can ruin your life. There are drugs that if you don't have an addiction problem, you can partake here and there. And like, I don't know, like this show just really like shows you like the grit and how bad it can be. There were also a lot of people that I think watch the show and think this is so unrealistic that these are not things that would happen to high school kids. And I would like to say, sorry, I'm like choking on my water. I would like to say that some of the most absurd things that are in the show have happened to me while I was in high school, and some like right after high school, like late teens, early 20s, that are absolutely insane.
Like what?
Like, I have gotten drugs from an elementary kid before, so the whole ashtray thing is not that far-fetched. Unfortunately, I did grow up in Compton for a huge chunk of my life, and due to the poverty and then the lack, systemic racism and just like bad parenting, some of these kids ended up being raised by drug addicts and drunk dealers and ended up selling at a young age. I remember like after high school taking my ex-boyfriend and taking my boyfriend at the time to go to a punk show in Compton, and we went to pick up my friend and her husband first, and then we picked up our other friend and her little brother, who was that kid that sold us drugs, and he like started rolling up a blunt, and my boyfriend was like, "What's happening?" And I was just like, "Just be quiet." And we get out, and he's like, "That kid just rolled a blunt. What the hell?" And I was like, yeah. like it's just like weird. Your reality is just so different. Like it's just really like these stories, a lot of times as far-fetched as they might seem, a lot of times we're someone's reality. Like we're rooted in truth. And like, no, this kid didn't have face tattoos, but had that same kind of personality, was very, very similar to that character.
Yeah, really. I think what's gotten me the most is just like the way that they just like, I think a lot of movies and TV shows make it seem like recovery is a lot easier than it is. Mm-hmm. I think that a lot of movies and TV shows show people like going to rehab and then maybe relapsing like once, and then they just like figure their shit out. But I think that Euphoria does a really good job of showing the reality of a lot of people who end up with drug addictions, and how like it's a lot of deceit, like it's a lot of manipulation, it's a lot of like continuing to go back because it's not easy to get clean, and it's not easy to like, I don't know, be surrounded by all the people that you were surrounded by when you were addicted and like really deep into it. I don't know. I just feel like it's just also very real.
The depiction of what it's like to be bipolar and have anxiety with Rue. That's what I know. Like for me, like drugs really helped that for me, because like as I didn't know it was anxiety at the time, and I didn't know that there was like all these things I was feeling that I couldn't identify at the time as well. But I knew when I had drugs that I felt like every day I was powerful and everything was amazing, and like I could do whatever I wanted and talk to anyone, make friends. Like even though I was like looking like death, I just kept doing it because I felt like it made me sane, which definitely was not, but it gave me like all those feelings that I couldn't feel naturally. It like kept me going. And that's why when I did come down, like I was so tired, not just physically tired, but like I did fall into like even harder depression, because like I did use up all that natural serotonin. So like a lot of that in that show though was like when people would tell me, oh, it might be triggering like to someone that was a former drug addict. And I was like, for a while it didn't feel that way, but there were little things throughout the show where I was like, I relate to that, and I relate to that, or like that's what it's like. But like I can only imagine with like opiates, like luckily that wasn't around or like a big thing when I was in high school, when I became a drug addict. Because I think if I would have been on opiates, it probably would have been like all over. That's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, definitely scary.
Yeah.
Anything else to say about Euphoria?
Nah, jump to your obsession. I feel like I could do a whole freaking segment on Euphoria.
Know. Also, the makeup is amazing. And I want to do all my makeup like that. Okay. So my obsession is it's another TikToker. Okay. So this TikToker, her name is Savannah Moss. And her TikToks are all about exceptional customer service. And when I say exceptional customer service, I mean like the weirdest freaking shit. She makes these like dream sequence kind of things, and like it just doesn't make any sense. She has a lot of like milk and like I don't know how to describe it except that it's so weird. You literally feel like you're watching a dream. It's so bizarre. It feels like you're in a trip or something strange, and you're just like in a loop, and you're just there, and you just keep scrolling. And I swear to God, I spent like an hour just like going through all of her posts because I was just so. Let me just play one for you. Let me find a good one. Okay, let me see. Here's one that just. Oh, this one is her most popular one.
Excuse me? Can I have all your money? Sure. Can I get anything else for you today? Just some milk.
She's missing the cup. She just turned the milk upside down.
Here you are.
She just jumped in like a 360 and fell over.
Can I have all your money?
Oh, by the way, the person gave her all their money. It's so weird. It's like, what's happening?
And she's always either in a Starbucks uniform or a McDonald's uniform.
It's like, what's happening?
I'm not sure if she's worked at both places and has uniform or.
No. It's just so fascinating.
And some of them, like the editing skills and the whole plan is like very elaborate.
So elaborate. Like she'll like lean over and fall, and then it'll just be like clothes there. Like it's just like, what's happening?
Yeah, it's definitely like being in like your dreams. Like it's insane. It's so creative. I love it.
I don't know how to say I've had this as a dream before without actually having this as a dream before, but I've definitely had this as a dream before. And also, I feel like this is also the experience that I had when I was on shrooms that one time. Like, I feel like the whole, like everything, like if she hasn't done drugs, I feel like she shouldn't, because I feel like she would just go to some crazy elaborate places. Or she should, because who knows what her TikToks would look like after that. Anyways, I don't know. We're not encouraging drugs on this episode. It is a lot of drug talk. I feel like maybe I should put a heads up at the beginning of this episode. Like, we do kind of talk about drugs a lot. But anyways, this whole idea of like exceptional customer service, and it's just like it's like the upside down for customer service.
Yeah, you just need to watch it. It's like
you just gotta watch it. I don't know. You just gotta watch it
chills.
and then come back and tell me what you think, because it's like out of control. I just don't even know. I don't know how to describe it except
watch
for
Euphoria
what?
and then watch that. No, it's like get high, watch this, laugh, then you watch Euphoria and be like, I will never do drugs again, and then go about your life.
Okay, the only way I can describe Euphoria in like another media form is like watching Requiem for a Dream. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's so good, but it's also one of those ones that are like, oh man, drugs fuck you up, dude.
Yeah, they do.
Anyways,
it is not a freaking lie.
So don't do drugs, and come back next week because we have more Skate Date for you then.
We do?
Yeah, we have more Skate Date every week.
It just keeps on going.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's Skate Date.
We love y'all.
We love you so much.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. We love you so much. And go on another date with us later. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.